too hard.
Okay, I think you're overthinking it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, because basically what I do is, now I get it. There are days where my kids won't eat what I want to fix, and I'm not going to lie, I have chicken nuggets stored in the freezer for those days. And the other option I always have for my kids is every week I buy a rotisserie chicken for them. Just kind of something to actually buy like 2 rotisserie chickens, because I tend to cook with one of them at least once a week, just without the skin. But those are kind of like what I do for my kids. In regards to like breakfast, they do their own thing. Is it really only dinner, Amy?
Yeah, it's really only dinner. Okay. Yeah. So that's good, because I keep nuggets on hand, and so that would be good, because I could throw that in there for other stuff. Just like I have tilapia fillets if we're having salmon, and
yes,
one of them likes salmon, that kind of thing. So I think you're right. I'm trying to make it too difficult.
Yeah, I think, okay, so here. This is why I love Zoom. Let me get back to you. Okay, so here's a couple things that'll pull it up. So many things open on my screen. Okay, there you go. Oh, this is why I wanted to do one live with you, because I can actually like show you everything on my screen. Okay, so I do my planning one of 2 ways. So there's this one, then I'll show you the other one that I have started using. So this is also in the files that I uploaded, and I can, like, if y'all want, just let me know and I can email you like the blank template. I'm a kind of teacher-esque. You've got, color coding is like my life.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I would love that.
Okay, so this really, really helps me. I don't know if y'all, there's a couple different ways. Okay, so I meal plan this way. And then did y'all see that app that I put in our challenge group on the app? It's called 21 Day Fix app.
Yes, I already have it.
Okay. That's what I use to like track my food, because I like to see like how my day like progresses, because both of y'all been with me for a decent amount of time, I suck at vegetables. And so it's like a game for me, like, okay, it's going down. Yay, I finished my vegetables for the day. So that app I use for tracking, and then I use this. I really do use this one for planning. There's another option that I've tried. I just always come back to this. So at the top, I have all of my containers, like what I need to eat for the day. And then I go off of that, really, color coding.
Yeah, I like that. That I could see how I can make that work, and it would help me to know what to go buy at the store, and I could go by even what's in my fridge.
Yeah, and that's what some of this I don't have the ingredients listed out, because it's at that point now that I know how to make it. But like at the very beginning, so when you're really starting this, you need to have all of your things listed out up here, and then what you're going to have with the ingredients listed underneath it, so that you literally take this sheet and it transfers over into your grocery list. So I'm a creature of habit. Now I'm on a different meal plan. This is one of my old meal plans.
My kid's doing it too.
There we go.
You hear him? Woohoo! Nighttime.
Partay in the house. So right now I'm on like this countdown to competition plan, which my fruit cravings are out of the wazoo. I can only have fruit twice a week. It's freaking me out.
Oh yeah, that's terrible.
but as a coach, I try to like go through everything at least once. Tell people what it's
All
like.
right, I'm muting mine.
Oh, no, you're fine. So, but before, I literally would make banana pancakes every single morning, and then I would just top it with different fruits. Either put blueberries in it, or I top it with strawberries. So that's kind of, I don't get tired of foods as often. So one thing, if you do get tired of foods often, like the same food over and over and over again, and it'd be something fun that actually we could probably do. I can make a Google Doc because I've shared a ton of recipes, but just to throw ideas out for you guys of different breakfast ideas, different lunch ideas. Again, creature of habit. Look at my lunch. I have Shakeology every day the same way, pretty much every day. Now, dinners I cannot do over and over and over again. I have a really big cycle of dinners that I go through. But breakfasts, you know, those oatmeal muffins, I think I put that on in our files. Those are great to have. If you've never made the like egg omelet muffins, they're really good and they last for about 3 days, and you literally put like different meat and a little vegetables and then crack eggs and like put them in there. They make these little egg muffins. Those are great.
That on one of your recipes? I think I've seen the oatmeal muffins, but I don't remember.
I don't know if I've done the egg one on there. I can update some of those stuff I've had forever, so I really do need to update some of it. That's what I was saying.
And the egg muffins work really well. Like I sometimes would make mine on a Sunday and separate them into like little baggies, and then when I get to work, just pop them in the microwave at work, and I would eat them. And
Yeah.
there's just enough protein in those to really hold you over until you can get that like mid-morning snack.
Yeah, it really is. It should
Mhm.
count what it should be. I mean, you basically crack, I want to say like 12 eggs for a 12 muffin pan. So it's like 1 egg per, and I would eat 2 at a time. So that gets you 1 red. So because 2 eggs is 1 red. So you would have that, and then you'd probably in there have half a red, another half of a red if you put meat, and a half of a green. So there's your counting for those. I know a lot of people get really confused when you like start dumping everything like into one thing. And I think you just can't make that too complicated either if you're doing casseroles and stuff like that. I do tons of casseroles. I'm not that person that is like, okay, I'm going to put it in each container and then dump it on my plate for every meal. So don't stress out about the containers that it all needs to be separated. Guesstimates are fine. Like that is okay. So, I mean, because some of this, like, you know, I have turkey, like I said, obviously I'm not eating chili in the summer. This is an old one that I just use for trainings. But like turkey chili, everything is literally dumped into one. And I just basically count one of each of my things for it. I think it's 1 blue, 1 red, and 1 green is what I end up dumping in there. So does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
put it together. Okay, so when you plan, this is why I think if we did the Google Doc, if I created that for you guys, this will, Jay's out of town, and I don't sleep when he's out of town, ever. So I have very high anxiety when he's out of town. So therefore, I have plenty of time tomorrow to
Just seeing how you've planned this, as I'm a creature of habit too. I'll do a lot of the same thing. And then after so many weeks of it, I may want to change it up. But this
and having it on hand.
Yeah, just looking at this already makes me go, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So much easier to look at. I don't think it's just the way it's laid out.
When you break it down like this too, like you can have your plan, and then if you have the app to go along with it, it just kind of make like, this is my plan and the app is my accountability to myself. And then we obviously have our challenge group that we can like kind of check in, and that deals with a little more, you know, we'll go into more personal stuff every now and then in that, and then we have our daily wrap up. But like, Like for me, starting on Monday for our challenge group, for example, my daily wrap up, I'm going to start posting my picture of my, like a screenshot. Like that's going to help me know where I am on track. Am I a 3? Am I a 4? Am I a 5? If all my containers are done and I don't have any negatives, meaning I like went over, then like I'll be good. But if I'm short, it'll kind of just kind of helps me. It all really like does go together. Like, so I don't want to overwhelm you. I want to like.
No, I think using the app for myself, it made me feel like I had done what I was supposed to do that day. Because it's like I'm a check off list. I'm a list kind of gal. Like I like to know at the end of the day I did something productive.
Right.
So it was a nice way to go, I did do good today. Yeah.
No, absolutely. I love the app for that. I mean, that's like, even as a coach of like my business, like the system that I use for like my contacts and stuff is like a circle of like, did you do what you were supposed to, like it, and it's everything in my life is like a game of like, did I complete it? Did I complete my circle? So I mean, I like that. I like the personal accountability. I want to do more with you guys in the challenge group of like really making sure on, you know, that you do post like a screenshot of something like this so that I can see what you're doing and stuff. And then also that allows you to kind of ask questions if you need it. So the one thing I do encourage, depending on what bracket you're in, okay, so the way that I do this, I automatically put my Shakeology in because I know I'm going to have that. So that's the very first thing that goes into my planner. So that way I can mark off all of those that are in it. And then I go to dinner. So I go from lunch and then I go to dinners and I plan my dinners. I've got all those recipes for y'all. If you just go on Pinterest and Google 21-day fix, a bahoodles of number of recipes. I pull half the recipes that are on that list that are in the files of our challenge group for y'all are from Pinterest. It is some really, really great stuff. I have only tried like 2 or 3 recipes out of, you know, within the last year that completely suck. That obviously are not on the list. So, but they do really make some really great stuff and some, I mean, so basically in 21-day fix, like if you want to make like casseroles and stuff, you'll see a lot of substitutes for sour cream or cream cheese with the Greek yogurt, and there's lots of different kind of substitutions that they make and just kind of like go off of that. But for the most part for dinner, I try to get 2 vegetables in for dinner. I normally get 1.5 reds in. I'm not a big protein eater, so eating protein for me, like I'm not a huge meat eater, so getting a lot of protein in for me can be hard. But you know,
Yeah, I don't have
I don't know what's wrong with me. But so yeah, I definitely go to my dinners and I typically will get my carb in, my meat or my protein, 2 vegetables, and then occasionally that, if you'll notice that fat thrown in there with like avocado or like cheese. If you do a lot of cheese, don't do a lot of cheese. If you do cheese at all. And then after that, I'm gonna go into my creature habit, but like I do the same breakfasts. But from there, you'll kind of be able to see what you have left and kind of filter in what you need to eat throughout the day after that. Always, I encourage everybody for breakfast, always start out with some sort of protein, whether that's an egg. The banana pancakes have eggs in them. Egg and turkey bacon, egg and turkey sausage, boiled eggs. I put, for prepping, I boil about 8 eggs typically a week. And just to have on hand. They just make really great snacks with like hot sauce. I like hot sauce.
And my kids eat those as snacks too.
Yeah, so that's just a really great way to get a protein in for you. Oh shoot, I left my book out there. The best way to do this, honestly, you have your 21 Day Fix book, right?
Yes.
Okay. If you haven't already, you need to go through that book and like literally star every single food that you eat, like that you like. And that's really, really, really going to help you with figuring out what you want to eat, especially in regards to snacks. My book is so bent and crinkled up because I still go back and look at the foods in there, and it's really fun to go back and like see how your taste buds change, because when I first started 21 Day Fix, that was a year and a half ago. Oh my goodness. I literally starred like 2 vegetables. That's about as many vegetables as I ate. And so just as you eat healthier, your taste buds do tend to change. So your list will grow. But start with that. Start there with what foods you do eat. And then just kind of come here. And this takes me, I'm not going to lie, like I'm not a sugar coater by any stretch of the imagination. If y'all haven't caught up on that. But come in here and like, it's going to take 20 to 30 minutes. Like take your time on it, set time. Like I literally have my calendar. I'm like, Saturdays are my planning day. Like I have to put it in my calendar to make it happen, or it doesn't happen. And I end up going to the grocery store just with a blind list of like, oh, ribs sound good this week. So,
Yes.
Make this happen. And like I said, I'm still not the greatest, food prepper, but I do plan. Planning is a strength, prepping not so much. But the fact that I plan and have those foods in my refrigerator, that does help.
Almost dropped the phone.
Oh yeah, whatever. I've been dropped before. So does that make sense? Does that help?
Yes.
Okay.
So yes, it's because I love even just thinking about it, like knowing when you're going to have your shakes, and then do dinners, and then because it gave me an idea. So every day of my work week, we do something different. So my job changes. Like for the summer, I'm off, and I think that's probably where I was having to deal with whether or not it's a busy day or it's a late day. But plus it'll all get better when my routine normalizes when school starts back.
Well, and something too that you honestly could put a column up here, insert a column up at the top, and just so that you know what your day
I'm at home today.
This is what my day looks like.
Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, if you email that, and then I could add that to it. My computer. Excellent.
Absolutely. And then under here, if you're having like my kids, for example, don't eat shrimp. So on this day, I could, oh, that's yellow. You can't even see that. Go away, yellow. Okay. There we go. So under this, you could just be chicken nuggets for the kids, and then I know my kids eat venison. I know they eat the stir fry. I know they eat hamburger. Actually, they eat everything else. So, but that way,
how do you make your shrimp? Just on that, do you stir fry those with your other vegetables, or I'm just so curious. I'm like,
no, I go to Winn-Dixie. I tell them to steam it with Old Bay seasoning.
See, these are the tricks I need to know.
No, we do Old Bay. I've done lemon pepper. Winn-Dixie, you go buy a pound of shrimp, tell them to steam it. It's hot. I go and get it at 5 o'clock. It's ready to go, and I make a side with it.
So literally, you can go to Winn-Dixie and go like up to the counter and tell them to steam whatever and put in like what you said. And then do you call them or do you just show up and they just do it for you?
No, I just do it for you.
Like, this is amazing. I didn't even know that it was possible.
Food prepping 101.
Yeah. I mean, hello, I live across the street from the darn Winn-Dixie. You know?
No, they'll do that. They'll do that for, shrimp. They have fish, crab claws, like any of that seafood, they'll steam for you. I'm lazy, y'all. Come on now.
But still, it still doesn't cost as much as going out to eat. So that's all that
No,
matters.
like I get a pound. especially like I'll
My kid,
get shrimp if like they'll put it on sale, like the jumbo shrimp for $9.99 for a pound. Let's go buy a pound and a half for $15, and that that's it for. I mean, in Bella, will eat
And
shrimp.
sometimes you can go to Publix. Publix has some that are pre-frozen already on skewers, and all you have to do is literally just throw them on the grill.
Yeah,
And they're so good. Like my husband, I don't eat shrimp, but I hear they're good. I don't eat them, but they say they are.
yeah. They'll Publix will steam them too.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a great. I mean, and I typically almost every Sunday, that's what we eat. We'll have like shrimp, or I can't eat fish. I'm allergic to fish, but pretty much we have shrimp every Sunday just because I'll go to the grocery store while the kids are napping, get all my stuff. Like that's the first counter I go to and tell them to steam it, go grocery shopping, come back 20 minutes later and my shrimp are ready and they're hot. And I just they like wrap them up real tight and they'll stay warm, and I'll come home and put the groceries up, cook a vegetable side. If I can have carbs for the day, I'll have a carb and eat.
huh. Yeah. See, you do my kind of cooking. Excellent.
Mm-hmm. I'm not like, that's the thing. Like, I'm not this great cook. Like, I don't. Now, I will tell you with food prepping, when I do prep, keyword when, I do not. Okay, so there's two ways to food prep. A lot of people will prep their meats. I don't do that. I cannot. There's something about it. I cannot prep my meat beforehand. I cook my meat the day of. Like, I'm weird about it. I don't like cooked meats very much. Like maybe a day after or something. But if you want to do your Shakeology, so say you don't want to do the banana pancakes, you want to do your Shakeology for breakfasts. So there's your protein, there's a fruit or half a fruit if you want to put that in there. Like I said, get your protein in right off the bat. Now, I have been learning if you are eating fruits in the morning, I don't do banana pancakes like I used to. I do them like twice a week now. If you're doing a fruit in the morning, you really want to try to stick with like either berries or a grapefruit. Those are going to be like your two power fruits in the morning. The other ones will kind of start you off like, and this is what I've noticed when I started cutting back on like my banana pancakes. A lot of other fruits will leave you like bloated in the morning. Just an FYI.
Okay.
But like grapefruit is an amazing fruit to start off in the morning with. I think that's what they call them. I think it's called power fruit. Grapefruit and berries. If you do a fruit in the morning, and then obviously, like I said, make sure you get that protein in the morning. But like, where was I going with that? Like, so prepping for lunches, like a lot of my girls do salads for lunch. Like they grab their shake and go in the morning, and then they've got a salad in the morning or at lunch. I mean, and they'll prep their chicken. Like they'll, so Sunday nights are like grill night instead, and like Jay grills. I don't grill. And a lot of people will just grill different types of chickens with different seasonings on a Sunday and have them for the whole week. I think that's great. I don't like salad.
You don't?
Like, no, I'll eat a salad if I have to. Do you notice there is no salad on my meal plan?
Sorry I'm late, you guys.
Oh, no, you're fine.
You're good.
Are you cool with, I'm sure it doesn't matter. It's not like I love rotisserie chicken, but I am not much of a cook. I just grab it and then I'll put that on my salads a few days. I mean,
yeah, that's what we were talking about at the beginning of the call. I grab 2 rotisserie chickens every single week, and I have them on hand for the kids if they don't eat what I'm eating at dinner. Or I always end up cooking with rotisserie chicken at some point. Just make sure you take the skin off. I mean, it's not like the best option because you still have more salts and sodiums that do seep into the rotisserie chicken. But being a mom, like, y'all know, like, I'm realistic. I'm not a Whole Foods, like, crazy go organic coach, like, at all. I'm like, I'm planned for 21 days. I deserve a donut kind of coach. It's breakfast Sunday at church.
Oh, yes.
I'm a coach today. No.
I agree. That's why I like you. I mean, I love you even more than before.
I mean, 80-20, y'all. 80-20. No, but seriously, for like, okay, so Rachel, this is your first hoorah. So all my people that start with me, I encourage them, keyword encourage, I can only do so much, for 21 days to go as strict as possible.
Yeah.
Because it really does help fall into that habit. And then after that 20 days to then, go to that 80-20 and really do try to stick to that 80-20. You and I have talked about, and I've talked about it with Amy, I've talked about it with Jennifer, you don't want to set yourself up to feel like you're going to fail.
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually why I love this plan so much, because it is a realistic plan. Granted, take the crap out, the donuts and stuff. So hard for me. Just thinking about it. Salivating.
I was just thinking daylight donuts looked really good this morning when I drove by. I'm just saying.
We just ate these, and my kids both just ate these massive chocolate chip cookies by me. And they're like, "Want a bite?" Like in my face, and I'm like, because I am going 20. Like right now, y'all are on like a good part of me because I am going 21 days, like hardcore. I have Summit at the end of the month. We got this. But really sticking strictly 21 days, Rachel, and try to, and like if something happens, something happens. That's part of the 80-20. But like not beating yourself up about it if something happens. I actually listened to a really great call from one of the top coaches in the network, and he said the very successful people in this, either business as coaches or as challengers, are the people that can come back after a fall. And which is just so true. Like, they're the people that eat a bad meal and can come back the next day and know that they're gonna, like you said today in the challenge group, Rachel, I'm gonna have all 5s today. Like, so I'm not gonna go have ice cream. Well,
sorry, I'm making weird. I'm trying to figure out something on my screen that popped up, and y'all might not be able to see it. And you just see me making weird faces, but I'm hearing you.
Oh no, you're fine.
I lost everybody but you. Although I love looking at you, Lauren. I just was gonna see how it worked. Oh well, it's okay.
So, let me check my time because, okay, this is the problem. I'm cheap and I do this whole like free thing, and my team,
40-minute one.
yeah, my team gives me the hardest time about it because every single team call we have on Thursdays, we go down to like the bare minute, and they're like, Lauren, will you just pay the $9 a month to upgrade for us? And I'm like, nope. No, I will not. So when more of y'all start getting on my Zoom calls, I'll agree. So that's my cheat moment. Okay, I did want to show you. We have 5 minutes. I can talk fast. Okay, this is the other option for planning. This one kind of goes more along the lines of the app that I was telling y'all about.
I printed this one, but I have to admit I could see yours better, like in my mind.
Once I found the app, I liked this one. Is more of like a tracking app, just on paper. So if you download the 21 Day Fix app, you're gonna be, I think, in my opinion, can y'all still? Okay,
yeah.
Hold on. In my opinion, my biased opinion, because I created this one. But in my opinion, I just like the way this looks because I can see everything that I'm going to eat, the color coding of it, and I can transfer that over to my app and be like, okay, I did have banana pancakes this morning. I did have this. And, putting your foods in and watching that number decrease, I think this is my way of doing it. So, I don't want to, pressure my way on anybody, but this is the way that I personally have found that has worked best for me.
Did you give this to us?
Huh?
Did you give this to us in the files?
Yes, the files. And then I just told Amy
I didn't see that one for some reason.
I think I put it in the files. If I didn't, it's because I haven't made it into a PDF. I need to, but I will email this to y'all.
Email it so we can save it and make changes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I'm also, I was telling them, I'm going to, it won't be in the files because all the files have to be a PDF version, which is the only thing I don't like about the app. On Facebook, I didn't have to do that. But I'll do a post tomorrow with a Google Doc that we can kind of all edit and have access to with different ideas for different times of the day, like breakfasts, different ideas for breakfast, different morning snacks. I've never done it, so we can experiment. Y'all are all like my experimental groups still to this day, a year and a half later. But yeah, I think if you try this week, and then I don't know what is going on.
You email that. If you email this right here to me or tonight or tomorrow, I'm going to do this tomorrow. And that will be, because tomorrow I already knew would be my day because our week will be crazy this week. And so I'm like you, if I don't get my groceries or plan it over the weekend, Monday comes and now we're out late or then there's the next. And so every day is just going to fall into chaos.
Yeah, I think if you make on your calendar, like I said, set a time apart, make sure it's on your calendar, set 30 minutes aside. Planning is about 30 minutes. If you are really meal prep, like let's do this, it takes about an hour to an hour and a half if you cut your vegetable. All I do is cut my vegetables and I bag my fruits as my snacks. That's my prepping. Jennifer introduced me, was that a year ago?
It was. And I still have mine and I still use them.
Yeah, that was last summer. So Walmart has color-coded baggies, like food, and they match the containers. The only ones you'll have to do is get an extra set of just like the regular clear ones and use it as purple. So it's green. They have green, red, yellow,
and blue,
and then just get a clear one for purple. And I literally just use the containers and dump my fruit in these baggies. The vegetables, I just kind of dump all of them in, and because I cook them all together, and then when I'm cooking them, I'll measure it out and put it on my plate. Yeah. But yeah, color-coded baggies, lifesaver. And then I buy the dollar food or the dollar shoebox things, and literally put everything in there for the day.
Yep.
Question. Are we going to do this again, in a week to check up how the week was, or we're just going to do that via?
Sure. I'm open.
This is your second time? This is Amy's second month?
Amy, this is your third month, right?
My third month. The first month was figure it out and learn to work out, learn to figure out how to make time for myself. And then, okay, I did that. Second